As the eons pass, animosity grows. Aeldari and Necrons face eternity and each other in immortal combat.
Greetings, mortal.
The Walking Dead and the Undying settle their ancient score in this 40K in 40 minutes.
The guys who kicked you off your lawn, you're now gonna kick me off your lawn? How does that work?
Is that the dude I clowned 40 million years ago?
JT, the voice, he's got his Aeldari, a ruler and some dice. If he can find some coffee and a plan, he's as dangerous an opponent as Playon can muster. Across the table is Michael Buckthorpe, our favorite cantankerous old robot. Michael is fresh off an infuriating Facebook page and all ready to yell at some clouds.
If I win, I'm reaching over and giving you the honk honk on the nose. If you win, you give me the honk honk and a good night. Friendly handshake?
The honk honk?
Deal.
The war in heaven happened a really long time ago, and I gotta tell you, these Necrons are still holding a grudge.
I believe this is the War in Heaven, number 2, the Electric Boogaloo.
Ooh, Michael's Necrons are an awakened dynasty. They have 2,000 points and run 7 characters. The Warlord is Illuminor Szeras, Hexmark Destroyer, Orikan the Diviner, Overlord with Translocation, Shroud, and Nether-realm Casket, a Skorpekh Lord, and a Technomancer. In BATTLELINE, 20 Necron Warriors, 1 Ghost Ark is a dedicated transport, the Canoptek Reanimator, Canoptek Scarab Swarm, Canoptek Spyder, Canoptek Wraiths, Doomsday Ark, Flayed Ones, 2 units of Locust Heavy Destroyers, Skorpekh Destroyers, and a Triarch Stalker. That's a big bunch of tough robots with big guns. In the Ghost Ark rides Illuminor Szeras. In reserves are 1 unit of Locust Heavy Destroyers.
Aeldari are a very tricksy, trappy faction. I actually have not played them since they got their new book. I have watched lots of videos, and therefore I'm an expert on how they play.
We put the Necrons to sleep. That's right, folks, you heard it here. The Eldar slept the Necrons. Big Avatar Arcane right hand, boom, done, out go the lights, take a nap.
I'm looking forward to outsmarting my opponent, JT, who is known as a bit of a tactical whiz, but he ain't got nothing on me.
JT's Aeldari are an aspect host, pointed at 1,975 points, has 6 characters. The Warlord is the Avatar of Cain. Eldrad Ulthran for the long view, Fugan, Jain Zar, Lycus, Maugan Ra are the characters. In BATTLELINE, there's Corsair Void Reavers. Dedicated transport is a Wave Serpent. 5 Dark Reapers, a Falcon, 10 Fire Dragons, 5 Howling Banshees, 5 Rangers, 2 units of 5 Swooping Hawks, and 2 units of Warp Spiders. This Aeldari army is speedy and punchy. The Aeldari will hit you where it hurts. In the Wave Serpent, Fire Dragons with Fugan. In the Falcon, Dark Reapers with Maugan Ra. In reserves are Warp Spiders and 2 units of Swooping Hawks.
I see that JT has a bunch of small little darts that are extremely mobile. It's gonna be a little bit of a keep away game, but my list that I brought today specializes in the immovable force.
We've had some battles in the past with different armies, and they've all been very close and very hard fought. I'm looking forward to this one because it should be a very similar affair.
The mission is Terraform on the sweeping engagement map in the second battle round onwards at the end of the command phase or end of the round 5 if they went second. Score 4 victory points for each controlled objective marker, up to 12 victory points per turn. Terraform is an action that 1 or more units, each within range of a different objective marker that is not within your deployment zone, may attempt. If completed, each of those objective markers is terraformed by you. From the second battle round onwards, at the end of each player turn, both players score 1 victory point for each objective that is terraformed by them.
I will start off, and I will put a unit of Flayed Ones.
Michael infiltrates his Flayed Ones to the right of the center objective.
I'm going to infiltrate my Rangers.
JT infiltrates his Rangers just off the left objective. Triarch Stalker saunters up. The Warp Spiders with Lycus deploy behind the terrain in the center of JT's deployment zone, poised to jump. Scarab Swarm deploys above the Flayed Ones.
So way back here, just hanging out for now, is an OG metal Eldrad.
Skorpekh Destroyers with the Skorpekh Lord deploy to the right of Michael's home objective. Jain Zar and her Banshees deploy to the right.
I love the Banshees. They're the only all-female aspect.
Wraiths with the Technomancer deploy in the center.
So I think I'm going to place my Falcon.
Falcon with Dark Reapers and Maugan Ra inside on the left side of the deployment zone.
We're gonna put the Reanimator, Canoptek Reanimator.
Ah, I wonder where the Warriors are gonna go.
Corsair Void Reavers drop on the right of JT's deployment zone.
Heavy Destroyers are gonna hang out right over here.
The Avatar of Cain deploys to the right of the Falcon.
I'm going to throw my Spider down here, and he's going to sit on the home objective.
Wave Serpent with Fire Dragons and Fugan deploy below the Falcon. Watch out for them, they hit hard. The Doomsday Ark is deployed behind the Wraiths.
Then we have the Ghost Ark going down next.
Carrying Illuminor Szeras up behind the Canoptek Spyder.
Okay, and then the Blob of Warriors is going next.
The Necron Warriors spread across Michael's home objective. Hexmark Destroyer appears beside the Necron Warrior blob. Ancient relics of past glories are all shined up and ready to wrest this land to their banner. The Aeldari are as fast as they come and can cut down enemies with no place to hide. The Necrons are accustomed to being outmaneuvered and will need a quality plan and excellent spacing to catch the elusive elves.
Ready?
Michael will play first. Let's see if he can find targets for that Doomsday Ark. To find out just what that Doomsday Ark might do to those targets, check out Adept Roll. Super handy app for your phone, Adept Roll puts Math Hammer perfected at your fingertips. Don't rely on forum randos to do the math for you. Adept Roll keeps your Warhammer dreams tethered to statistical reality with a host of fantastic features. New unit import, full special rules support, customizable profiles, voice dictation, tournament mode, graphs, tables, and search functions. The 7-day free trial means you get to try it all risk-free. So, dive deep into the nuts and bolts of our favorite game and download Adept Roll today. See the odds, understand the outcome, link in the description below. Pre-game for Michael. Michael scouts his Triarch Stalker forward. Corsair Void Reavers scout to the right. Turn 1, Necrons.
Here we go.
Start of turn, both players gain 1 command point. Secondaries are Cleanse and Recover Assets. Both very doable.
We're going to start off with a regular move from the Scarabs.
Scarab Swarms move up.
Right to here, and I'm going to chain them. Mr. Flayed One over here.
Flayed Ones move out onto the right objective.
I'm going first. I have top of the turn, and to be honest with you, I really like that. I have an army that wants to go up the board, gum up the table, stuff JT into little boxes, both metaphysically and physically. I really think that gumming up the objectives with all of these OC, really hard to remove bodies, is the play.
Mr. Hexmark.
Ghost Ark moves up behind the Warriors. The Canoptek Reanimator advances up behind the Ghost Ark. The Skorpekh Destroyers hover in this backfield. The Triarch Stalker moves into hiding.
In the shooting phase,
My Flayed Ones are going to cleanse this objective here.
Scarab Swarms cleanse the center objective. Illuminor Szeras recovers assets in the center. The Reanimator recovers assets on Michael's home objective.
only shots that we're going to do is we're going to try a 2d6 flamer shot going into
my
your
Rangers.
Triarch Stalker fires at the Rangers, 3 die.
And that is going to be my turn, sir.
Recover assets scores 3, cleanse scores 5 for a big 8 points first go. All that rummaging around is great to get out of the way early. Secondary draw is marked for death and no prisoners. Kill and kill some more.
All my secondaries are not great.
Rangers pass Battle Shock. JT's gonna spend 1 command point on new orders to switch marked for death for recover assets.
Start on my movement phase now.
Corsair Void Reavers get +2 movement from Swift as the Wind. They move on to the right objective. Rangers shuffle onto left objective behind terrain.
I will move Eldrad just onto the objective now.
Star Engines swoop the Falcon down beside the Scouts. Dark Reapers with Maugan Ra disembark using flitting shadows, so no Overwatch will be available into them.
So the Wave Serpent is just going to shift just a scotch.
Scooch.
Just a little scooch.
The Avatar of Cain just shifts to the left.
I'm going to open up into your Scarab Swarm in the middle.
Wave Serpent fires at the Scarab Swarm. 2 swarms die.
So Dark Reapers, everything into the Triarch Stalker.
The Harvester of Souls ability will make explosive debris at the Triarch Stalker.
Ooh, hit one. Hit past the other.
The Aspect Shrine token is used on Maugan Ra's hit roll. 9 wounds. Triarch Stalker has 3 wounds remaining. Face of Death battle shocks the Triarch Stalker. What a volley! The Corsair Void Reavers terraform the right objective. Rangers terraform the left objective. Falcon recovers assets in No Man's Land. Eldrad recovers assets in JT's deployment zone.
So I'm not declaring any charges. Last command, 1 command point to go back into my transport.
Skyborn Sanctuary. That's going to re-embark the Dark Reapers and Maugan Ra into the Falcon. That's a neat trick. The Reapers could not quite finish the job, and no prisoners will be kept to score next round. First Cover Assets does score 3 points, making the score 3-8 at the end of round 1.
Okay, well, that was a finicky first turn.
It was, yeah.
It was.
Secondary draw is Sabotage and a tempting target. The left objective is chosen as the target. Scarabs pass Battle Shock. Triarch Stalker fails Battle Shock. The Scarab Swarm reanimates a model with 2 wounds. Triarch Stalker goes back to 4 wounds remaining. Michael spends 1 command point to New Orders a tempting target into Overwhelming Force. That's a tough ask. Primary points, Michael gains 4 victory points for holding 1 objective. Score is now 12-3.
I have to start moving and a jiving.
The Canoptek Wraiths writhe forward onto the center objective. The Doomsday Ark drifts to the left of the line onto the Falcon.
JT has pushed his Falcon forward, and I am just really keen to try and pop it. I know he was saying something about a bit of a bait and to look out for it, but I will take the bait.
And then I think I'm going to put my Flayed Ones in the ruin over here. Come the Skorpeks.
Skorpekh Destroyers wander down towards the Corsair Void Reavers. Warriors onto the right objective. Illuminor Szeras moves right. The Hexmark Destroyer dives right.
You are going to move over here.
Triarch Stalker walks up onto the left objective. Rangers get a reactive move towards the Stalker. Interesting. Focus Heavy Destroyers move to gain shots on the Falcon. JT spends 1 command point to rapid ingress a unit of Swooping Hawks 12 inches away from the Triarch Stalker and the Canoptek Wraiths.
Doomsday Ark. Yep. Opening up on Wave Serpent.
All right, Watson lines up his shot. I think he can do this. Lethal.
Be a 3.
3.
Oh, I take a wound.
Well, you're only taking 2 hits from Watson. Hitting on 3s. That's Snake Eyes.
All right, Watson managed to scratch the paint a bit and kind of didn't do too much otherwise.
Falcon uses Fade Back to move 7 inches towards the Triarch Stalker. Triarch Stalker opens fire at the Falcon.
I'm hitting you on 3s.
Or mine.
Looking for 4s. In the dice. In the box.
Falcon is down! Dark Reapers and Maugan Ra disembark in front of the Stalker. No explosion. 1 mortal wound is taken on the Exarch, and they are battle shocked.
I might be able to sink some charges here and really mess up JT's game.
These 2 Heavy Destroyers are going to try to give these Rangers something really bad.
Stealth.
How about 1 lethal?
Locust Heavy Destroyers kill 1 Ranger.
Blurg.
Skorpekh Destroyers start a sabotage on the ruins to the right side of No Man's Land. Flayed Ones terraform the center objective.
Then we're going to use some charges.
Okie dokie.
Necron Warriors charging the Corsair Void Reavers. Yes, indeed. Wraiths dive at the Dark Reapers and Maugan Ra.
Looking for an 11.
Did Michael just make a 12-inch charge?
Boom! Boxcars, baby. That's what I love to see.
12 inches will do. Oh, yes. Triarch Stalker jumps the Dark Reapers.
The last one, big chunkers. Chonker McGee. Nope.
If you did it again, I was probably going to have a little fit.
So why don't we start over here with the Warriors unless you have fights first anyway?
No, I don't.
8 guys.
The Warriors awkward punch the Corsairs. Not so much. 0 damage dealt. Michael spends 1 command point on Protocol of the Hungering Void on his Canoptek Wraiths, giving them extra armor penetration and strengths. Dark Reapers and Maugan Ra are torn apart with cold efficiency. Canoptek Wraiths consolidate onto the left objective.
Well, that happened, and you are too far away from the wall for me to pile into, so my Seraptic goes, well, what about me?
The Corsairs fight the Warriors.
Check it.
Warriors lose 3.
My Ghost Ark is going to help me out here.
Ghost Ark activates Repair Barge to reanimate those 3 lost Warriors back again. Michael decides to discard Sabotage, even though the Skorpekh Destroyers started it. That nets a command point. Overwhelming Force is kept, and Terraform score for both sides. 1 for the Necrons, 2 for Aeldari. Score is 13-5. The Aeldari are set to change that right now. Secondary draw is Display of Might. That's added to no prisoners kept from last draw. The Lone Ranger passes Battle Shock. JT scores 4 victory points for holding 1 objective. 9-13 he trails.
So I'm going to move my avatar. Eldrad is just going to poke his head out, say hello.
The Swooping Hawks move up towards the Triarch Stalker and touch the center objective. Grenade Pack deals 1 mortal wound to the Triarch Stalker, down to 5 wounds remaining. Wave Serpent moves an extra 6 inches due to Star Engines onto the center objective. Fire Dragon and Fugan disembark onto the center objective.
So I'm going to advance my Banshees because they auto-advance 6.
The Warp Spiders and Lycus flicker jump right beside the Canoptek Wraiths. 2 mortal wounds are dealt by the flicker jump, kills a Warp Spider and leaves the Exarch with 1 wound. The Corsair Void Reavers fall back. Michael uses My Will Be Done from the Overlord to overwatch for 0 command points. 3 Corsairs die.
So my Swooping Hawks are going to drop in.
The Swooping Hawks deep strike onto the left side in sight of the Locust Heavy Destroyers. Warp Spiders deep strike on a JT's home objective to zone out. Defense!
I have done all of my movements, sir.
I see that.
So I think this is where we begin the begin.
Warp Spiders and Lycus fire into the Canoptek Wraiths. Wraiths lose 1 model, another is down to 2 wounds.
The Avatar of Cain is going to throw his Wailing Doom into the Triarch Stalker.
The Avatar of Cain fires at the Triarch Stalker. Stalker makes it save. Swooping Hawks fire at the Canoptek Wraiths and Triarch Stalker. JT spends 1 command point for preternatural precision. He's going to gain sustained hits. The Stalker is fine. Canoptek Wraiths lose the injured model to massed laser fire. Eldrad Ulthran spellcast precision fire at the Technomancer.
Nope. It hits on a 3.
Nope.
D6 damage.
JT spends 1 command point to reroll the damage. He's dead, but wait, Michael spends 1 command point for Protocol of the Eternal Revenant, bringing the Technomancer back to life at the end of the phase. The Fire Dragons and the Fusion fire at the Doomsday Ark.
So we'll start with Flagon. Damage goes to AP3.
Fill it.
Flagon does D6. 6.
Doomsday Ark takes 13 damage, left with 1 wound remaining. Nearly got him.
That is so lucky. I love when models live with 1 wound, especially as Necrons.
Swooping Hawks on the left fire at the Locust Heavy Destroyers. 1 model left, 1 wound remains.
How many times am I going to leave something alive on a single wound?
At the end of the shooting phase, the Technomancer arises with 2 wounds remaining. The Wave Serpent terraforms the center objective.
But I think it's charge time. Warp Spiders charge the Wraiths.
Teleport phasing too fast to see what a melee that is.
The Avatar of Cain will charge both. Go, go, Avatar. Oh, goodness.
Howling Banshees and Jain Zar charging the Flayed Ones and Illuminor Szeras. Ooh, that's trouble, they're in.
4 Banshees go to Flayed Ones.
Okay.
And then Jain Zar and the Executioner all go into Szeras. Fling Ones.
So all I need to do is make a single 6 and then
Say it with me at home. I live with a single wound. There's a 6! Thank you everyone at home for making me live with a wound. I appreciate that. That's awesome, and I really feel that energy.
Executioner Banshee into Illuminor Szeras. On 2s, rerolling 1s, rerolling, anti-3.
here we go, 4 ups. 6 wounds remain.
I am full rerolls to wound because you're a character.
Looking for
Rerolling
threes.
everything because you're a character.
JT spends the Shrine token to change a wound roll to a 6.
Take it out! Oh, look at all those 5s!
Oh no, I did it.
I'm alive with 2 wounds this time.
Michael spends 2 command points for counter-offensive to interrupt with the Canoptek Wraiths into the Warp Spiders. The Warp Spiders are rent asunder. Only Lycus remains.
I may as well go with Lycus now.
Lycus slashes at the Canoptek Wraiths. 1 damage is dealt to a Wraith, leaving it with 3 wounds remaining. The Avatar of Cain strikes. Split attacks into the Triarch Stalker and the Canoptek Wraiths.
Where would you like to go first? Which one?
Oh, it's Triarch Stalker.
Triarch Stalker. I'll hit.
2s to wound you.
You're saying there's a chance.
Fudge!
Woo! Alive with 1 wound! Again! JT is currently crying in the bathroom, but that's okay. Remember, it's the honkening, and I don't hear no bell.
Into your Wraiths from
Let's
the
do
Wraith,
it.
from the Avatar. Rerolling 1s to hit.
Wraiths lose the injured model, not the domination he was looking for.
Oh, you do have to fight back still.
Illuminor Szeras kills the Howling Banshee Exarch.
End of the fight phase. Spend my last command point to go out.
GT spends 1 command point for Skyborn Sanctuary. That's going to re-embark the Fire Dragons and Fugan into the Wave Serpent. 3 more Terraform points and 2 for no prisoners put the Aeldari in the lead, 14-13. Display of might is kept for next round.
I have succeeded on one thing that could prove victorious for me in the end. I've terraformed every objective in No Man's Land.
Everyone, you've held out for me so far. Keep those fingers crossed, keep those cheeks clenched. Let's get this game in the bag. We know you're clenching.
Establish Locus is added to overwhelming force. That middle objective beckons. Reanimation time. Battle shocks. The Triarch Stalker passes. Canoptek Wraiths pass. The Doomsday Ark is battle shocked. Flayed Ones pass battle shock. Illuminor Szeras passes. Locus Heavy Destroyers gain 2 wounds. Triarch Stalker gains 3 wounds. Technomancer gains a wound. Doomsday Ark gains a wound. Flayed Ones gain 3 models. Illuminor Szeras heals 2 wounds. And the Scarab Swarms heal a model and resurrect another with 1 moon. Michael scores 8 primary points up to 21.
And then we are going to go to the movement phase.
Start of turn 3, and I am primed for a counter punch, sucker punch, to try and beat back these Eldar who, in their folly, were incredibly aggressive and failed to check the Necron advance.
Illuminor Szeras is falling back.
JT spends 1 command point for Kane's Vengeance. That causes a desperate breakout.
It all comes down to 33%. I have had worse odds, and I'm willing to take the gamble.
Ow! Crap.
Boom, it works out for me. I am feeling lucky today. I'm feeling good. This is awesome.
Banshees use opportunity seized to move 3 inches away from the Necron Warriors. Hexmark Destroyer scoots onto the center objective. My will be done. Lets the Necron Warriors use Protocol of the Sudden Storm. Stratagem for no command points. They're going to gain the Assault keyword. Warriors advance around the Howling Banshees.
These Scarabs are just gonna fly.
Skorpekh Destroyers move towards the center.
Let's do some fiangling with my reinforcements.
Locus Heavy Destroyers pop in from Deep Strike into JT's deployment zone. The Wave Serpent looks vulnerable.
Triarch Stalker is going to throw his flamer into the Swooping Hawks.
Triarch Stalker shoots the Swooping Hawks. Swooping Hawks lose 2 models and the Exarch.
We have the pistols from the Wraiths. They're all going to go into Lycus.
3 mortal wounds brings her to 2 wounds remaining. Doomsday Ark firing at the Wave Serpent.
Hitting on 3.
Checks out. Checks out. Checks out. Good job, Watson. Love that for you.
Wave Serpent takes 2 damage, goes to 12 wounds. Can't seem to find a crack in the armor. JT uses Fade back to move towards the Howling Banshees. Locus Heavy Destroyers fire at the Swooping Hawks. 1 model left. Necron Warriors split their fire into Corsair Void Reavers and the Howling Banshees.
I'm really sick of JT living with just a single model. That is so annoying.
Illuminor Szeras mechanical augmentation is increased by 3 due to killing a model in melee, giving the Warriors an extra armor penetration.
So 5 up, and then 4 up.
Hey, make it.
The Corsair survives. Howling Banshees and Jain Zar are pummeled by the Silent Warriors. Ghost Ark fires at the Wave Serpent.
Hardly. You got it. Take them all.
I take a wound.
The Reanimator terraforms on the right objective. Hexmark Destroyer terraforms the center objective. Locus Heavy Destroyers establish Locus in JT's deployment zone.
And then we're gonna do some charges.
Locus Heavy Destroyers charge the Swooping Hawks.
Boxcars for the second time.
All right, check his dice. Check his dice. Somebody. What?
Whee!
That's just nuts.
My Ghost Ark is gonna attempt to Tokyo Drift into you.
Sure.
Ghost Ark charges, clangs into the Wave Serpent.
We have the 3 Scarabs who did not advance. They're also gonna go into your Wave Serpent.
Scarab Swarm skitters over the Wave Serpent as well.
I'm just gonna go and explode with my Scarab on any.
So I'm on 7 wounds left.
Unit then attacks the Wave Serpent, but deals no wounds.
I'll do my Ghost Ark scratching your paint.
Ghost Ark, no damage. Locus Heavy Destroyers attack the Swooping Hawks. 1 damage to the Exarch.
Lycus.
Lycus fights the Canoptek Wraiths. The Wraiths lose 1 model and another loses 1 wound. Michael spends 1 command point here for Protocol of the Undying Legions. They just keep coming back. Technomancer and Wounded Wraith heal to full, and another is brought back with 1 wound. 1 step forward, 2 steps back.
And now it is my fight. I am going to select the Triarch Stalker.
Oh no, really?
The Triarch Stalker fails to wound the Avatar of Cain. Avatar of Cain fights the Stalker. Stalker.
Time. Roll a 1. Yeah! This is the greatest game ever!
Timeout. I'm changing the time.
Time. My Wraiths are a little hungry for some spider cheeks.
Canoptek Wraiths fight Lycus. Lycus is killed. Canoptek Wraiths consolidate onto the lone swooping hawk.
So then I guess it's all my fights all the way around.
The Wave Serpent fights the Scarab Swarm, 1 damage. Swooping Hawks attack the Locust Heavy Destroyers, only 1 damage. Overwhelming Force proves too much. You'll be traded for a command point. Strong scoring from Established Locust and Terraform put the Necrons up 27 to 15 halfway through the game.
I can fight my way back into this though. There are options and I need to just get a little bit of luck, just some average rolls.
Secondaries are Storm Hostile Objective and Cull the Horde. It's go time for sure. Battle Shocks, all pass. JT scores 8 victory points on primary, keeping him in the hunt.
I'm going to Flicker Jump.
Warp Spiders flicker jump towards the Wave Serpent. Exarch takes 1 mortal wound. The warp is dangerous. Left Swooping Hawk falls back towards the top of the map. Grenade Pack pelts the Doomsday Ark. Blasted into next week. No explosion.
You know what? At this point, he lived. He's the boy who lived, is what he is. He's Harry Watson.
Fire Dragons and Fugan disembark from the Wave Serpent. Flitting shadows on them will deny Overwatch. The Fire Dragons spend 1 command point to re-roll their advance. They move towards the Necron Warriors. Lone Swooping Hawk falls back beside the Avatar of Cain. Pop! Grenade Pack fails to deal damage to the Triarch Stalker. Eldrad Ulthran casts Doom on the Wraiths.
Start of the shooting. I am going to Mind War you with Eldrad. Eldrad hits you.
Nope.
Ooh, 1 wound remains.
Another model with a single wound. So I'm going to take my Wailing Doom.
Avatar of Cain fires at the Triarch Stalker.
That's a 1.
Michael spends 1 command point to reroll the save. The Stalker survives.
I will uncork with my Wave Serpent everything he's got into your Scarabs.
Wave Serpent fires with the Scarab Swarm. 1 model destroyed, and the last has 2 wounds remaining. JT splits his fire into the Fire Dragons and Illuminor Szeras, Ghost Ark, and the Canoptek Reanimator. Oh, why not the Locust Heavy Destroyers for good measure as well? He's going for broke.
Into the Destroyers. We'll start there. Okay.
Locust Heavy Destroyers are destroyed.
That's huge. No more flat 6 shots in my backfield. 5 shots into the Ghost Ark. There you go. Full rerolls.
Go.
Ghost Ark takes 13 damage, leaving it at 1 wound.
Oh, the Ghost Ark is alive on a single wound. I can't believe this. Canoptek Reanimator.
Canoptek Reanimator is vaporized.
Finally kills something.
JT spends his shrine tokens to do 4 wounds.
There's no way he lives through this.
Illuminor Szeras takes 2 damage, goes to 2 wounds remaining. Warp Spiders split fire, monofilament into Necron Warriors and the Ghost Ark.
I'm gonna go with a 3d6 into the Warriors first.
Warriors lose 3. Ghost Ark lives.
It's Michael, he rolls 2 6s again. Another boxcars. I
believe in miracles. Where you from? Bam. Do you see that? Do you see that at home? That's you.
If there was one role I wanted on this channel, it was to not be Steve.
JT Touch Dice coming this fall.
So then I think it's just literally into the ongoing fight step.
Triarch Stalker, whacking away.
Enemy avatar.
On 4s.
Triarch Stalker fails to damage the Avatar of Cain. JT uses Sudden Strike on the Avatar of Cain to pile in and consolidate 6 inches. The Avatar of Cain cuts down the Triarch Stalker.
The Triarch Stalker goes down, but again, what a hero, what a story that he'll tell for aeons when he stared down the Avatar of War and said, you blink.
You do get to whack me with your Wraiths.
Yeah, I'm gonna whack you back with the Wraiths.
Canoptek Wraiths and Technomancer fight the Avatar. Avatar of Cain takes 1 damage, going down to 13 wounds remaining. Oh, that's not a great matchup for those Wraiths. Back and forth on primary, but JT's secondaries are both duds. He keeps Storm Hostile Objective, but tosses Cull the Horde. After Terraform, the Necrons lead 29 to 24. Not a great round for the Aeldari.
All right, here we go. Start of turn 4.
Secondaries are marked for death and behind enemy lines. The marked units are the Avatar of Cain, Eldrad Ulthran, and the Swooping Hawks at the top of the map. Gamma target is the Lone Corsair. Battle Shock. Michael spends 1 command point for insane bravery on the Ghost Ark. Illuminor Szeras fails. Scarabs fail. Even the Necrons can shudder. Reanimation. Focus Heavy Destroyers gain 2 wounds. Technomancer is healed to full. Ghost Ark gains 3 wounds. Flayed Ones gain a model back. Warriors gain 1 model. Scarab Swarm is healed to full.
Szeras, who brings back a full 3, going to 5 wounds remaining on Illuminor Szeras.
Michael doesn't like his objectives here. Michael's going to spend 1 command point on new orders. He replaces behind enemy lines with area denial. Solid primary score, 12 points. A dominating lead, 41 to 24.
We are now going to go into the movement phase. The first thing that I'd like to do is take my Flayed Ones.
Flayed Ones head towards the center of the battlefield. Hexmark Destroyer, hunting Swooping Hawks up to the top of the map.
I think the Warriors are going to move next.
Necron Warriors shuffle around to gain shooting lanes. JT spends 1 command point to Overwatch with the Warp Spiders. 6 Necron Warriors are ripped from existence.
So you've done Overwatch, I don't have to worry about it anymore. This guy is going to move his 8 inches front of his base. Is going to go right here.
Skorpekh Destroyers hover towards the center. Locust Heavy Destroyers move onto the left objective.
And that's going to trigger my reactive move from my Ranger.
The Ranger, reactive move. He's going to head towards the top of the map. Canoptek Wraiths fall back from the Avatar of Cain. JT uses Cain's Vengeance for 1 command point. Oh wow, the Canoptek Wraiths are destroyed. After the Technomancer finishes falling back, the Avatar of Cain uses Opportunity Seized. He's going to hop onto the left objective. Overlord uses his Resurrection Orb. 6 models arise.
I've brought them all back. The undead shall rise! Let's start shooting things. So,
Necron Warriors split fire into Corsairs and Fire Dragons. Corsair dies. Fire Dragons lose 8.
Well, the Warriors did not pick up the Fire Dragons. This is a good thing because I can now make a normal move, get back inside my transport, and hide and force him to deal with the T9 Wave Serpent.
I think Illuminor Szeras is going to put his Eldritch Lance into Eldrad.
Eldrad takes a beam from the Illuminor Szeras. Eldrad, 3 damage, down to 2 wounds. Ghost Ark firing Goss at the Warp Spiders. The Exarch dies. Hexmark Destroyers have a sight picture. Swooping Hawks.
2s.
The Hawks all die. Overkill, the best kill. The Heavy Locust Destroyers split their fire into Swooping Hawk and Eldrad Ulthran. Eldrad is atomized. Swooping Hawk survives. So slippery.
All right, let's do some charges. I'll do this one because it's funny and I'll make you do the do-si-do around the building.
Locust Heavy Destroyers charge the Ranger.
Illuminor Szeras going into the...
Okay.
Illuminor Szeras fails to charge into the Warp Spiders. Skorpekh Destroyers charge the Wave Serpent. Skorpekh Lord deals 4 mortal wounds to the Wave Serpent on the charge. Bully boy, he's one of my personal favorites. The Skorpekh Destroyers pile into the Wave Serpent and Warp Spiders. Wave Serpent is cut down. Fire Dragons and Fugan disembark onto the objective.
My only hope here is that an epic explosion murders most of his stuff.
Yeah.
Do I go bloom? I go bloom.
Hey!
High five. All right, it's the only way I can hurt you, sir.
I just really like the idea of my Skorpekh Lord being something like a John Cena and just coming out of nowhere with the steel chair. In this particular case, though, whacking that Wave Serpent with the steel chair seems to have set off a series of explosions.
Ghost Ark takes 3 mortal wounds, dies, no explosion. Scarab Swarm loses 2 wounds. The Technomancer is killed. A Skorpekh Destroyer dies, but first the unit kills the Warp Spiders. No Fire Dragons die from disembarking.
An epic explosion murdered most of Michael's stuff. That was okay. I'll take that. It's a win-ish.
I think I might have done more damage to myself this game than JT has done. Is that weird?
Skorpekh Destroyers consolidate onto the center objective. Locust Heavy Destroyers beat down the Ranger. Bop!
Well, that was neat.
Area denial is kept for next turn, but marked for death pops for 5 points. Terraform keeps ticking. The score is now 48 to 25. JT needs some juicy secondaries and a touch of luck to pull this one out of the fire. Secondaries are behind enemy lines and secure no man's land. He can do these, but it will be hard to reap enough points to catch the Necrons. Battle Shock. Swooping Hawks, pass. Fire Dragons, pass. JT scores 4 victory points, 29 to 48. It's not insurmountable.
Yep, so I'm going to start by
Avatar of Cain moves towards the Locust Heavy Destroyers. JT uses Swift as the Wind to move an extra 2 inches. He's got some work to do. The Swooping Hawk advances away. JT uses Flitting Shadows to not be overwatched. The Grenade Pack fails to wound with the Flyby.
All right, so we're gonna grenade, last command point, into the Skorpeks to get rid of them.
He's going to do 3 mortal wounds to the Skorpekh Destroyers, bringing a model to 1 wound remaining.
So I'm gonna go with the Searsong Beam Attack again.
Fire Dragon split fire into the Skorpekh Destroyers and Hexmark Destroyer.
Into the Hexmark Destroyer with the Exarch's Dragon Fusion Gun.
Sixer.
Oh, he did it again. He did it again.
I've tried apologizing in the past for when the dice roll hot. It seems like the Canadian thing to do. In today's episode, I don't feel the need, and therefore I am embracing my villain. If I'm rolling 6s on -4 AP on a 6-up save,
Skorpekh Destroyers lose 1 model. Not quite enough firepower.
I'm gonna charge the Avatar first.
Fire Dragon and Fugan charge the Skorpekh Lord. Michael spends 1 command point to heroically intervene with the Flayed Ones. In they go! It's a party now! Watch out!
4 attacks into the Flayed Ones.
Fire Dragons fight the Flayed Ones. Fugan targets the Skorpekh Lord. No damage! Bit of a heartbreaking that roll. The Avatar of Cain strikes the Locust Heavy Destroyers. Locust Destroyers are hacked apart by the bloody-handed god. The Avatar consolidates onto the left objective.
I'm gonna pile my Flayed Ones in.
Sliced to ribbons from the jumble of cut limbs. A figure arises, and it's not a Necron. Fugan is back up, can't keep a Phoenix down.
The fact that this Fire Dragon Lord Phoenix dude gets up is kind of broken, OP, and unfair, and I wish that they would errata it and change it because that's my thing.
Behind enemy lines and secure no man's land both score. So 3 and 2 and 1 for Terraform, 2 for Necron Terraforming. Necrons are set to put this one away. That Avatar can't be everywhere at once. Secondaries, Bring It Down is added to Area Denial. Primary points, Michael scores a big 12 victory points. His map domination is writ large on the scoreboard.
We will go to the movement phase. Warriors are gonna hang tight. In fact, we're gonna put these 2 guys back just for funsies. Just
Makes
say that I
sense.
did it. And then we are going to go into the charge phase.
Skorpekh Lord charges Fugan. Just bump! No mortal wounds are dealt.
Then we're gonna throw the Flayed Ones into Fuegan.
The Flayed Ones join the fun.
And I'm gonna wrap this present like a turducken.
JT spends 1 command point for To the Last. Fugan will fight on death.
Skorpekh Destroyer Lord, he hits you on 2s.
The Skorpekh Lord fights first. The Claw! Fugan eviscerated again! Fugan fights on death into the Flayed Ones. 2 Flayed Ones axed. Not enough to please the War God. This battle is lost. JT concedes. Honk honk! 5 points for Area Denial and 2 more for Terraform, 1 more for Aeldari Terraforming, and 10 points each for Paint. That cinches a Necron win. JT made some great moves but got caught with his hand in the cookie jar and was punished by the grumpy Necrons.
Unfortunately, the dice sometimes do show a little bit of favor and tell a particularly compelling story of how the Necrons woke up from their nap, dusted these Eldar, reminded them that they got trounced so bad that I had to go take a nap afterwards, and guess what? I'm taking another nap.
I'll be back again with the Aeldari. Next time, maybe not so many boxcars. Maybe I get cool Eldar dice.
This was all in good fun. I'm actually not this mean in person. Right, JT? Right, JT? Yeah. Right, JT?
Yes, Michael!
Thank you to the Play On production team, and thank you to Adept Roll for the sponsorship, and most of all, thank you for watching. Like, subscribe, leave a comment below if you have something to say, and consider supporting us by becoming a member if you like what we do. We stand by the value of the exclusive content, early access, and bumpin' Discord community our membership brings you. Please do take care of yourself, and of course, until we see you next time in the grim darkness of a far-flung future, play on!
Is there ghosts in here? If the spirits are listening, I'm not complaining. Keep doing this to me. If you're listening, please continue.
Afraid to drive home.
When I play Nick No, when I play TAC next week, please continue this stream of good luck, whoever might be listening.